Thursday, the 26th lesson. We are going to be going over Chapter 11, Lesson 12, Converting Metric Units of Mass. I'll be starting out on page 871 in your math book. Pause and get there. Start me up when you're ready. All right. So we are converting metric units of mass right now. So when we're talking about mass, we're thinking about how much something might weigh in the metric system. So we get to still work in that base 10. You'll notice you've got this, again, in your math book. You've got the conversion chart, but we can use one we've already learned as well. So 1 gram has 1,000 milligrams. 1 kilogram has 1,000 grams. Think of that. Kids, help dad under dad's car, mom. Okay? The reason this is a U is because it stands for unit. I don't think I explained that well enough to you last time. But it stands for unit. And so whatever unit you're using, like when we used length, meter was the middle unit. This time we're working in grams. So grams is our main unit. We don't tend to use centigrams and decagrams. Really, in real life, we usually only use grams, kilograms, and milligrams, which is why that's what we're focusing on. But you do need to remember they're still that far away. There's still 1,000 milligrams in a gram and 1,000 grams in a kilogram. So let's go through a couple examples here, and we will work on how to use that with our decimal point places. All right, so I'm going to go over now to page 872, and we're going to go ahead and look at guided practice examples. Before I go on, I do want to actually go over how much a gram and milligram are. If you look in your book on page 871, a milligram, the weight of it is like a breadcrumb or two. Really light, barely perceptible to you. A large paperclip will weigh about 1 gram, so it's still a really light unit of measure. And a kilogram, maybe a loaf of bread would be about a kilogram. That's closest to, say, our pound. So that's what you're thinking of when you think of, okay, what measurement should I use to measure? If I'm going to measure a person, I'm going to use kilograms. I'm not going to use milligrams. All right? If I'm going to measure a pen, I might use grams instead of kilograms. All right. So moving on to page 872, we're going to go over number 1. Number 1 says if you have 5,000 milligrams, how many grams do you have? So let's use this example. 5,000. Remember, technically the decimal point, if there was one, would be here. I'm going from milligrams to grams. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It would look like this, which means 5 grams. Okay? 5,000 milligrams makes 5 grams. All right. If you thought about this with the conversion calculator, so I'll show you that option. Again, it's whatever works for you. I'm going to start using this option a lot more when we're working with the metric system, but if the conversion calculator is what makes sense to you, you're welcome to keep using that. So let's do one example with it. Okay, milligrams are smaller, so I know I'm starting with 5,000 milligrams, and my basic unit is 1,000 because there are 1,000 milligrams in a gram. This tells me to do 5,000 divided by 1,000, and if we do 5,000 divided by 1,000, we'd get 5. So there you go. Both options are great ways to do it. Okay, let's do number 2 on that guided practice. 5 kilograms equals how many grams? Some of you might start looking at these and going, oh, I already know the answer. That's awesome. Because it's in this base 10, you're going to start seeing those patterns more often. But remember to do something to check your answer and make sure that you're not jumping to a conclusion too fast. Okay, 5 kilograms, kilograms to grams. 1, 2, 3. Notice I'm going to the right. So 1, 2, 3. Add my 0, and it's 5,000 grams. Okay, let's look at number 3. 4,000 grams is how many kilograms? Again, some of you might be looking at that and saying, I think I know. Let's check. We've got 4,000.
Teachers, if any of you would like some chicken nuggets.
Sorry if you heard that announcement. They're offering me tater tots and chicken nuggets, guys. Might have to go get some after this lesson. All right. So again, 4,000 here. The decimal point would be there, right? We're going from grams to kilograms. So this way to the left, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. The decimal point's now here, which means it's 4 kilograms. The reason we can do this and kind of skip the step of dividing, if you think about it, if we did it like this, we'd be going from 4,000 grams, and we'd be dividing by 1,000, and that's what gives us the 4 kilograms, because 4,000 divided by 1,000 would give us 4, right? That's why we can just move the decimal point. Remember when we worked with decimals before and we learned when you're multiplying by 100 or by a tenth, you could move one way or the other? That's really what we're doing. Okay, let's move on to number 4 of the guided practice, and that'll be our last one for this video. 9 grams is how many milligrams? All right, so we're starting with the 9 grams. Remember, the decimal point would technically be here. We're going 1, 2, 3 to the right. 1, 2, 3. Add your zeros, and it's 9,000 milligrams. All right, I hope that helps you guys understand what we're doing with units of mass in the metric system. Hopefully the metric system's starting to make some sense to you in that base 10. If you decide you want some extra help, go watch the next video. If you feel like you're good to go on, go on. Try the even numbers on the independent practice, and then go ahead and go on to your ALEKS assignment. Remember, 80% or better before you stop on ALEKS and submit it to me. See you guys.